Hello there. Welcome to the Maker Manager Money podcast. My name is Kyle Knowles, and today's guest is Mei-Yung Lee, the president and CEO of Ageless Zen Incorporated. Mei leads a boutique manufacturer of premium natural skincare and supplement products. Established in 2016 with international distributor partners, Ageless Zen, under Mei's leadership, actively supports philanthropy through their Ageless Zen Circle of Giving Foundation and Community Partnership Program. A key focus is their support for MetaViver, funding research for metastatic breast cancer, a cause close to Mei's heart. Welcome to the show, Mei.
Well, thank you. It's so nice to be on your show.
I've been really looking forward to talking to you because you have such an interesting background of how you came into entrepreneurship through acquiring a company, so ETA, entrepreneurship through acquisition, and your journey from, leaving corporate and, buying a business and running the business. So why don't you talk about your background, where you're from, where, your entrepreneurial journey through jobs in corporate and then ending up buying a business?
Well, actually, I was born in Hong Kong, and my father was a herbal medicine doctor. So I was raised, growing up with Chinese medicine, plants and herbs. And every time when I got a cold or got a flu, my father would spring into action, and then make up all this really, disgusting liquid that we're supposed to drink. But the good thing is that after we drink it, we all feel better. So I'm a big believer in the power of plants and herbs. And I think really they are smarter and they're more gentle. And plant chemicals are more balanced. And in nature, I think it's better for wellness and healing as a holistic to treat the entire body. So, that's part of my background. And that I'm inspired by my father's work. So I'm always thinking in terms of how I use natural products for myself and my family. And then fast forward, I move over here, and I always love tennis. So I play a lot of tennis on the court. There's some crazy time I just played 7 days a week, okay? Well, I was a lot younger then too. So anyway, I started to see myself and my friends on the tennis court. We got a lot of sun damages, dark spot, discoloration, you name it. It basically is a premature aging, So I come across, met my partner in 2016, and he was a director managing a group of research doctors. And they consulted with international and domestic cosmetic company to study the effectiveness of the toxicity of the natural ingredient. And they have over 30 years of their experience. Then I have an aha moment. I say, hey, wait a minute. A light bulb went on my head, and I say, what if, I have this opportunity? I can merge, ancient wisdom of the power of the herb and plant with the cutting edge science, research, and technology to create a line of natural product that will benefit all of us. And so that's how I make a decision to decide to acquire this research company and refocus it itself, to design that line of products, which now I'm using every day, So after 7 years of research and development, not only now we have this line of amazing product that I use every day, but we also build a custom software platform for those who are entrepreneurs at heart and are interested in having their own natural health and beauty business. So now they can get into the business, without breaking the bank. So that's my journey, from, being retired and then getting it back into the business again. And as you know, Kyle, I'm very interested in nonprofit involvement, and I involve in a lot of nonprofit. So I decided, if I can set up a foundation, which is Ageless Zen Circle of Giving Foundation, and use our line of unique product to help raise fund for school and nonprofit, so I can help them to secure a perpetual funding stream within their communities. I believe it is a win-win business model for all concerned. While consumer can use a natural and effective clean product to take care of their skin and take care of themselves, and they are also supporting school and nonprofit, serving them, within their own community. And so in this, it can call Circle of Giving. That's why we call it Circle of Giving Foundation. So we can generate fund for them, so they can support their own programs in the school and also critical service in the, that they provide to their own community. So that's, how we started this whole thing.
So Ageless Zen, there are beauty products and health products, supplements and things like that?
Yes. Now I can tell you how we actually can do that. Because as you know, corporation, there's a lot of moving parts, and it's kind of hard to keep the cost down to be able to pay so many different vendors and so forth. So it's not so easy to be able to cut out a large chunks of money to give it to nonprofit, right? So the way we designed our model is that we are basically vertically integrated skincare manufacturer. That means, we have the expertise in-house to be able to handle the ingredient sourcing, manufacturing, packaging, and fulfillment, and all the design work as well as the practical work, making a product, testing, and so forth. So we're fortunate about that. So we cut out a lot of the expenses that we had to pay in the middleman. Usually a company need to pay. So by doing that, all the saving, we can give a large portion of these sales proceeds, to our foundation, to fund our foundation that way. So now our foundation can give them back to the school and charity that we are involved into this program. We're also able to hire staff to go out to train school and charities to join our movement to perpetuate this self-funding model by using Ageless Zen natural products as a vehicle. So we have our product line, including from all natural baby to man health product, supplement, of course, woman anti-aging. So we have a very, pretty large selection of the product. Basically, within the community, if they want to support the school or charities, they have a lot of choices. They don't necessarily have to get anti-aging product if they don't want to. But of course, our products are very effective, so I will advise them to do so.
Okay. So you've successfully established Ageless Zen with distributor partners in Europe and Hong Kong. What were the key challenges and lessons that were learned when expanding internationally, and what advice would you offer to other entrepreneurs aspiring to take their businesses global?
Well, I think the first thing comes first. And I think I personally jump into the business and make some errors. I will actually advise people to focus in domestically first before they move out internationally. The reason why we move out internationally so quickly is because we have contacts in those places. And when they saw our product, and they just can't wait to jump in. So we kind of force into it and open up those markets before we can even settle into the U.S. market. As you know, U.S. market is one of the largest market, for health supplement and skincare. But it is what it is, and we are very happy with our partners, and they're doing a great job. But that's my advice: will be focusing domestically and do what you do well, and then expand as your company continue to grow.
And so is one of your competitors Nu Skin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have a Nu Skin model, so you allow others to become distributors of your products then, and that's how they could start their own business. Is that correct?
Well, we are very integrated in a different way. Number one, we have this nonprofit arms, through the foundation. Okay. And that actually is the closest to my heart. But we also want to help entrepreneur that, they can afford a business. So that's why we also have a model. But unlike New Skin, we are not multi-level, and we are actually encourage them to build their own sales team. And when they bring in sales team member, they don't get commissions. Basically, we want them to expand their business through selling product. It's not about recruiting people.
That's awesome. So you had a background and a career before you came out of retirement and bought a business and started working again and running a business. It's cut into your tennis time, I'm sure.
Yeah. Right.
So talk about your background and what kind of jobs did you work before you came out of retirement to buy Ageless Zen?
Actually, a little sad story. I moved to this country in 81 and met a really nice gentleman, and we got married and had 2 children. And together we started a company called the Stitzel Company, which is a real estate development company. And I'm more focusing on helping him in terms of building design. So our project, including the number 1 and number 2 Rodeo Drive, which is a pretty large project that we helped to develop. But unfortunately, he passed away during, after 9 years we married. So I kind of end up floundering a little bit in this country by myself. So I just focusing on helping the company to develop, finish those projects, and then I try to get my own personal time free so I can have time for my children and also for my in-laws. So I focusing on learning how to do investment so I can be a stay-at-home mom and work at the same time, because at that time it's more flexible, with the investment business. So that's how I started. So while I'm doing the investment business, and I also get very involved in a lot of different nonprofits, sitting on school board, like University High School in San Francisco and the Bay Area, Discover Museum. And then another program is called Summer Bridge. And now actually it's called the Breakthrough Collaborative, which is mentor younger kid that is in the middle school through the high school program in the independent school student. So it was a great program. It's nationalized now. So that my background is more about how to help others so they can help themselves. So that's why now when I got into this skincare business, and I decided not only just for myself, yes, I want to look good, I want to be healthy, and I want people to look good and healthy, but I also want to focusing on helping other peoples and also helping the communities. So that's why all these programs springing out, it's like so many of them, and I'm kind of like trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. Like all your community partners, you have 4 listed. You have the Carranza Community Partnership, which is based out of Mozambique, southern Mozambique, and then you have the Live Violence Free.
Yes. You
have MetaViver, and then Ross Valley Women's League, and all of these are to help others help themselves, really. It's just like what you said. Is that correct? Why don't you talk about each of these? Let's start with Carranza Community Partnership.
Yes. Carranza is a very interesting program. This is, my daughter is on their board of director. And, it basically is funding girls to go to school in Mozambique, Africa. And as you know, and many of your listeners also understand that girls in a developing country, it's very difficult for them to go to school, particularly, during when they have their periods, they're not allowed to go to school, or their parents trying to marry them off early. So it's a lot of those. But with this program, we actually help them to provide them with the funding they need so they can buy uniform and they can, buy school bags so all the girls can, come to school and become more educated so they can hopefully, be the captain of their own boat and determine their own fate. So that is one of these programs that I absolutely love. Those girls. They send me pictures all the times, and so very gratifying. The second one is Live Violent Free. And as you also know, that Live Violent Free is a program help battered women or in dangerous position if their life and their children's life being threatened, particularly by their partner. And this program help them, to reestablish themselves or take legal action and protect them. So I think it's another amazing program, and I dearly support. Then now come to the other one that we are right now very actively involved with them is the MetaViver. And MetaViver is a metastatic stage 4 breast cancer research organization. I happened to went into a woman, Dr. Kelly Shanahan, and she living close to my neighborhood in Lake Tahoe. And we become friends through another friend that also has breast cancer. So we were talking about it, and she tried our product. So she used our product for 2 years, and she fully endorsed it. She read the label, know that we are clean and not interfere with any of her treatment, because sometimes, as you know, that they go to a lot of experimental treatment to trying to help themselves. So we are very proud now. We are trying to collaborate with them to help them to get more funding within their community to support this important cause. And hopefully, one day we'll find a cure to help, all the patients to get their life back and, be happy about the world. And just, sorry, I got very emotional because, my mom has breast cancer and she has since passed away. So anyway, it's a very dear cause to me as well. And then the fourth one is Ross Women Valley League, and which is in Marin County. It's also through my friend, the chairwoman over there, CC McGraw, from the McGraw Publishing Company. She's always very, very into nonprofit and trying to help others. So we talk about it. So together, we will also help them to use our product as a vehicle, to raise a large amount of money, hopefully, for them so they can help the local communities as well. They gave a lot of money and supporting homelessness. So that is one of their main cause. So I'm very proud. So right now I only have 4 organizations. I'm hoping that I can, if some of your listeners listening to this, I hope that they will join us, join this movement, because this is totally have no cost. It's a free program for any nonprofit. They just want to have the will. They want to do it. And our nonprofit, hire, specialists to help them. We will set up the free landing page for them and our designated website. Okay. And then all they need to do is to send that link out to their supporter as they shop. We tally up all of those and give them a report, every month, and then write out check every month from our foundation. So they don't really have to do a lot. All they need to do is just tell their supporter this is the collaboration they're involved, and hopefully they can jump on the bandwagon and using natural, healthy product for themselves, and also supporting their community and charity that is so dear to their hearts.
Yeah, that's great. So really, if you go to azcommunitypartnership.com, it shows you these 4 partners, including Carranza Community Partnership, Live Violence Free, MetaViver, and Ross Valley Women's League. And the way that you help donate to those organizations is you hit the shop now, for example, on MetaViver. And if you buy products, a percentage of those proceeds will go to MetaViver. Is that how it works?
Yeah, we'll be able to give 30% of that proceed, to MetaViver. And a matter of fact, for people refer the nonprofit so we can help them, the person is referring and helping to bridge this gap and help us. We also will receive, they will receive 10% of all the sales. And as long as the sale is going on, they're always going to get a 10% because they are putting us in touch of that nonprofit, and so we can help them. And the nonprofit will get a 30% of the profit of all the sales. So, it's a pretty substantial once when you add all the little number up. And don't forget, it's perpetual, because after people finish a consumable product, like a face cream, and then they know that they love it, it's clean and wonderful, make them look good, feel good, then, they'll come back for more. So we have people, of course, buy it every month. So you're talking about a monthly income stream for that particular nonprofit.
Okay. So it works the same way if someone wants to set up their own business. And I know we talked about on an intro call that you have some influencers starting to make content about your products, and they could set up their own business this way as well, and have their own store in the same way that a nonprofit would set up something for donations as well. Is that correct?
Well, actually, for our influencer program, they are even easier because we know that they have to work to put content together, and having a website for them, it's just more work for them. So what we do is that we collaborate with them. They create content, and then we set up whatever QR code or the code that they would like to. For example, Kyle's superhuman. So when your listener come to shop with us and using that quote, your listener will get a 10% off, by coming into shop. And then we'll be able, using that quote, to track now, Kyle is making himself 30%, for the hard work he put in creating content and all of that.
I see. Okay. So the influencers, it's more of a affiliate marketing kind of situation.
Exactly.
The influencer has a code that you punch in, and then you're tracking on the back end.
Yes.
How many sales are coming in, and then they get 30% of the sales.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's great. Very simple. Yeah.
Your main website is Ageless Zen.
Yes.
We'll put all these links in the show notes as well, but to make sure people can go check out their products. What are some of your favorite products that you sell?
Okay. No, I have to say, I try every single product except the men product because I'm not using a men product. My husband did it. I mean, he loves that. But our product is about treating skin condition. So there's no gender, limit to it. But one of our most heavy lifting product we call is a must-have is our night cream. Our night cream is designed, it's very unique. It's just like a peptide matrix mask. You probably saw people that have their mask on, and they look kind of funny. They scare their husband away while they're doing it. Actually, ours is invisible. And we actually have an eggshell membrane built in with all the nutrition and growth peptides into this mask. So, and it's like a cream. Once when you put it on, within second, you feel the lifting of action. And so it helps to repair while you're sleeping at night. So you don't wash it off. You just put it on and let it does its magic while you're sleeping. So it coincides with your repair cycle of your body cell. So it was really, really amazing product. So, we have clients come in, they'll buy 2-3 bottles. So they use it day and night.
So what is the product called?
It's called the Nightly Cream. Very simple. Like AZ Nightly Cream. It got a lot of science in it and got different herbs in it and got the sea berry extract in it. And The sea berry extract is another story. So each of our product actually has its own story, and how we decided to make that, why we're making that, and what is the result, because we have clinical trial, and we make sure that all our product is backed by science. The advantage for us is because we started as a research company to start it. And then the 30 years of experience of research and study all the different natural ingredients really give us a leg up, so we can develop our product like nobody can, because we already have this knowledge bank, built in. And that's another reason why I acquired this company, the research company, and make it to become a product company.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Mei, I wanted to ask you a few more questions, and then I've got a lightning round of questions. The first question I have for you is, who has had the most impact on your life?
Well, I think that is my father, because now I'm going to get emotional again, okay? Because when I grew up as a child, I saw how he actually healed people with his ability, understanding of the plants and the herbs. We have people walk in very bad shape, and in his clinic, and he'll be able to kind of get them going, in a few days. And I told you a story when after I had my child, have a birthday party in Chuck E. Cheese, that was many years ago. My father happened to be visiting me, and I must call the flu of some kind or exhaustion or whatever it was. After the party, I came home and I collapsed. And, they thought they had to send me to the hospital. So my dad checked me out and said, no, she'll be fine. So she had my helper took him to Chinatown and pick up all these herbs, and then sting up the whole house, cook it, and then make me drink it. And I had one dose of it. And I actually drove my father the next day to pick up my second dose. So I have to say, my father was my hero, and I'm sorry he wasn't here to see me utilizing his idea and concept to be able to integrate into something that potentially can really, really help a lot of people and benefit a lot of people.
I love that answer. So I know you've gotten emotional a couple times, but I just want to ask you, when did you last cry the hardest?
Oh boy, last cry the hardest, I think was when my mother passed away. Hey, Kyle, you keep asking me all these emotional questions. When my mother passed away during COVID time, even though she didn't get COVID, but I really felt she died of loneliness because we couldn't visit her. My sibling couldn't visit her. And she was just heartbroken. And the saddest part is, as you know, Hong Kong at that time, they would not allow the people to come in to see anybody. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't even go to her funeral. So that was tough.
I'm sorry.
So that was probably what I remember the hardest time. That I couldn't go back to see her.
And she had breast cancer for how long then?
And she had it for actually almost 10 years. And they were controlling it, and but it was not easy, as you know. So so she suffered quite a bit, and she put up very optimistic face, and she was an amazing mother and gave me a lot of courage. And when I was so far from home,
she must be amazing, and your mom and dad must be proud of everything you've done.
Oh, thank you. I hope they're looking down right now and saw me doing this interview, crying along the way, But I have to say, oh, Mom, it's all his fault.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But
no, not at all. I mean, I think it's a very healthy thing for me to be able to express my feeling. Yeah.
I think it's very healthy for all of us to be able to express the good and the bad of life. It's very healthy. So is there a book that you recommend the most to people especially a business book?
No, actually, I read a lot of self-help book and coming in and trying to learn about myself and about others. And one thing I learned is that whatever book you pick up to read, okay, the most important thing that, the book to read is that communication with your friends. Because that doesn't come as a book. I know you're asking me a name of the book, but the way I look at it is my friends in here in the U.S. is really my family. And they gave me so much encouragement and so much love and care. Every time when I talk to them, it seems like I'm reading a book. They're so wise. And so I feel personally very lucky with that. And I think if you have a few really good friends, and yes, you can read whatever book together or find a book to read to inspire you. But it's nothing like that, just talking among friends and together. And that connection is so special.
Right, learning from each other.
Yeah. So sorry, I didn't really recommend a name of the book.
That's okay. That's okay. I like the answer. So here's a lightning round of questions for you. Do you have a favorite candy bar?
Yeah, well, actually, I'm very bad on it. And I'm trying to quit, okay, because I know those dyes are not healthy for you. So I'm kind of limited in my intake. So I actually love the different color M&M with peanuts.
Okay, that. So peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great. Who is your favorite music artist?
I love Lady Gaga, particularly when she was singing with Tony Bennett, in the album together, for the more like an American songbook. So I really, really enjoy it. She has such a range in terms of her voice, up and down, high and wide, low, you name it. I think she's such a talented, artist.
Favorite cereal?
Okay. I don't eat cereal because they are not healthy for you. Okay. So I actually do not have a favorite cereal because I don't eat them.
Mac or PC?
I am a Mac person. I'm sorry to say I don't know when I'll be able to get myself together to learn about PC. Hopefully I don't have to.
Yeah, I don't think you need to. Google or Microsoft?
I know the offices are using Microsoft, and I'm more used to their platform now. So I would say I quite enjoy, and I think it's, quite easy for me to learn it. So I will go for Microsoft.
Okay. Dogs or cats?
You ask all these hard questions, you know that, right? I love both of them. But since my husband has allergies, so now I'm only going with the dogs now. So I have two of them. I love them. They're like my children. Phantom
or Les Mis?
Well, I think I'm a more romantic person. So I think I'll go with the Phantom because Les Mis is too realistic for me.
And the last question I have for you, May. What's the worst thing about being an entrepreneur and what's the best thing about being an entrepreneur?
Well, okay, let me say the worst one first so I can save the sweet one at the end, right? So I think the worst is that when you are so believing to the cause, and then when you meet obstacle, for example, one key one is funding, right? How to fund your organization. And when is the time to say, hey, now I got enough of this, I shouldn't fund this anymore, So that is the toughest part to make a decision whether, you're going to tell yourself, okay, I tried and I've tried to fulfill my dream, but it didn't work. Or you say, I'm going to go with it all the way. So no matter what. So I think that is a very, very difficult decision. But of course, I'm an optimistic in nature type of a person. So I choose to just push it full force ahead And, we need to get investor, we will, but so far we're okay. So I think that perseverance, type of attitude, it really helped me, even though in the worst moment to trying to make decision. So that is a tough one because you kind of like maybe you have to let go of your baby, right? It's like, oh my God. But then the most gratifying moment, which is similar, is that after you push through it, you are successful. And now you feel that I finally bring up my baby. Like right now, I'm, so happy, people enjoying the product and people is actually, I feel like I'm getting finally a small fruit right now, but a fruit of my labor. Hopefully later on it will become a bigger fruit and more people get benefited, more organizations get benefited. It's something that I feel that I can leave it behind. So just like a Newman-owned foundation, after Mr. Newman were gone, and he left his organization behind and continued to do good thing. I hope I can do the same.
Well, I think you will, and I really appreciate you being so generous with your time today, Mei. It's been great talking about your entrepreneurial journey and the different organizations that you support through your philanthropy, and it's going to be fun to see what you can do in the future.
Well, thank you, and same here, and thank you for, doing this interview, and I appreciate it, and the more exposure we get, more people know about where we are, and we can really make our impact bigger and help other people. As you know, particularly with this funding climate at the moment, it's not so easy out there, but that is a way, and I hope that people will support this idea of mine and help the community to help themselves.